Hello everybody, it's Monica. I am here in my kitchen with a whole bunch of ingredients to play with the orchids. I'm going to be doing some repotting and basically just general care and saying hello to them all. I have about 130, 140 orchids right now, and much of the year they're out in the greenhouse, but it is about to be hot here in Texas, like temperatures that would kill them. So they're coming inside and finding new homes. Basically, I have to crawl through the orchids to move through my home, but it's such a joy. I thought that I would chat with you while I chat with them and just kind of give you some of how I like to play with plants. So let's do this. So this batch of orchids I got from the American Orchid Association, which is a little bit dangerous. I joined the Houston Orchid Association, or Houston Orchid Society, because I wanted to go talk to people who talk to orchids. I was being given a bunch. People tend to give me their plants when they're about to die or when they don't want them anymore, like with orchids when they stop flowering. And I think they're so beautiful that I enjoy them with or without the flowers. And then when they start to flower again, I can take them back to the people who have given them to me, or just fill my house with orchids. But so, like I said, I wanted to join a group where people were talking about orchids so that I could get more information about how to take care of them. And what I found was that there were all of these sweet people who were doing all of this amazing work, and they had a lot of pretty strong points of view. And those points of view are like what's right or wrong to do. And I find that that can kind of trip us up, you know, when you are caring and wanting to care for something, feeling like it's your job. It's very easy to start to judge yourself. And when there are a bunch of rules and the right and wrong of it, it can be really easy to kind of feel a little paralyzed, or to second guess yourself and not listen to what's actually being shared with you by the plants in whatever ways they can share them with you. Whether that's just like a little urge of like, oh, I probably shouldn't water, or I should water. All of those little urges that I find are a way that you are being aware of what the plant is asking for. All of those little urges get kind of overrun by doubt and judgment very easily. So my first tip is, don't use your plants as an excuse to judge you. And if you go join a orchid society or a bromeliad society or whatever, if you're a big nerd like me, listen with a little bit of a soft focus so that you don't have to buy into all of the judgment and you can just get all of the wonderful wisdom. All right, I am going to use this moss that's damp to kind of cover all of these orchids to help them maintain humidity. They're drying out really quickly, and because I travel, sometimes I'm not with the orchids all the time, and so this is my way of kind of embracing them with the environment that they may need, whether or not I'm able to water them every day or every week or whenever they ask for. There's no particular time schedule. That's something that people ask me about a lot, is like, how often should I do this thing? How often should I water? How often should I feed? And basically that really depends on the environment. If it's really damp and moist out, you might not have to water. If it's really dry, you might have to water more often. So what if you didn't have to live by a regimented schedule and could just allow yourself to be asking questions and seeing what's required each day? All right, I'll show you these orchids a little bit. Here is this orchid to start off, kind of drooping Orchids are really like air plants. They get their moisture. Usually they're dangling on the side of a tree and they'll get their moisture as the rain goes over the tree, and then they really dry out in between, so they kind of just can dangle. But this one could use a little more love. The roots are kind of okay, but they really could use more love. So hold on. And now here it is, nestled in all this moss. Maybe it doesn't look like that big a difference, but it is. And it's just so amazing to have this sense of like, this is alive, this is growing. And each time that I engage with the plant, I just really kind of let myself soak in the wonder of that, of what an amazing world we live in with these growing organisms, and that we get to be nurtured by them. So that's a really big part of my plant protocol, and I would love to recommend it to everybody. It's so fun for me, and I notice that it really does seem to create a difference with the plants. Experiment, see how it works for you.